Ladies and gentlemen, we are live. Another broadcast, Roofing on the Rise Studios, where we bring you innovation and education in today's market. Today, it's Independence Day. Happy July 4th. What's up, Chuck?
Just over here trying to bring some, what did you say? Innovation and education? Is that?
Innovation and education.
Trying to bring some of that on your Thursday, July 4th, 2024, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not going to lie. I don't know if the crowd can hear this or not, but that background music is relatively annoying. I can definitely hear it in my ears the entire time. So I'm just throwing that out there to the crowd. I am not in control. This is 100% the Roof Dawn today, as I am a guest. How many times have I been on the Roofing on the Rise podcast? I think this is the fourth or fifth time. Fourth time I've been on the Roofing on the Rise. So there you go. Shout out.
My man. We are sponsored by Chad T. Wilson Law Firm. When the insurance company denies, delays, and defends their position, reach out. Chad T. Wilson Law Firm. Telephone number to get a hold of me is 210-919-8987. Again, 210-919-8987. I'll get you in contact with the right people over at Chad T. It's just like, let's go. Like, you got the fireworks going.
Yeah, like I said, man, I don't know if you heard, but today's somebody's birthday, dude. And I'd like to wish a happy birthday to America.
Happy birthday, America.
I'm even wearing my most American shirt that I own. I'd like to give a shout out real quick to Joseph Hughes and Contractor Dynamics, the only one that has an American flag on it that I'm aware of. So there you go. I am wearing that. And it also says I build America, which I personally don't build anything, but I know people that do. So God bless America, ladies and gentlemen.
That's why we wanted to do a stream today. We woke up relatively a little bit later, it's July 4th, and went to the gym, got on a call and was like, dude, you want to do a live stream? Like, yeah, let's freaking do this. It's freaking July the 4th. What's going on, man? Like, I don't know. I just, I'm about to go swimming with the kids. It's going to be fun.
All right. Swimming with the kids. That's a 4th of July tradition.
You got any big plans?
No, to be honest with you, Marquise, these holidays on like Thursdays, they're kind of weird to me because it just messes everything up. Like all day has been Saturday to me, and it's not Saturday. Like it's Saturday, but tomorrow's Friday, and I've got things to do tomorrow that I wouldn't have to do if it were Sunday.
Right.
I don't know. 4th of July. I love it. I live over here by the San Antonio airport. So one thing I'm well aware of is there's going to be a shit ton of fireworks going around because even though it's illegal to let them off inside the city limits of San Antonio, I feel like many residents don't care and don't abide by that. And I'll be out on my back patio here, or I even thought about potentially doing something cool, which I've seen a few times in the past, which is maybe going a little bit out and taking my drone and putting my drone up about 300 feet and kind of doing
okay.
Just kidding. I'm not going to do that. I don't record fireworks anymore. I haven't done that for 3 years, and that would be badass, but I'm not going to do it because I've seen several memes discouraging people showing their patriotism in that way. And
today,
I respect that.
I mean, here's the thing. Like, if you want to record fireworks and post it on Facebook, then fucking record fireworks and post it on Facebook. But we're going to roast your ass.
No, I'm not going to roast anybody. I believe in it. I think it's cool. I'm actually sad that I'm not going to do it for the fear of being criticized, but
okay,
I get it as well. Like, I get it. Videos of fireworks. Like, who hasn't seen fireworks before? Like, are we going to get something special this year? Is Windcrest, Texas this year going to have like the craziest fireworks display you've ever seen? Not likely, but it is what it is. The people that have the good fireworks are my roofing friends who live out in the country. My friend Tom Cutts over at Resistance Exteriors in Delafield, Wisconsin. You see his hat right there.
Big shout out.
Sends me a picture of all these fireworks that he's got, and he's like, my neighbors are going to hate me, but America. When I was in College Station, we'd go out there. Former company owner that I worked for, loved the fireworks, man. We would have like major fireworks displays I think roofers are pretty good about taking advantage of the opportunity to set things on fire and make things explode, because why not? It's what we do.
Why did the British cross the ocean?
Why did the British cross the ocean? I wasn't expecting a riddle here for the 4th of July, but I should have been. Why did the British cross the ocean?
To get to the other tide. I was terrible. That was terrible.
Marquise, this is one of those ones where it's like this.
Yeah.
And I don't know if that sound effect plays through on the other side or if they can hear it on the stream, but there you go.
Okay, so here's one.
Okay.
What did one flag say to the other flag?
What did one flag say to the other? I'm assuming that there's something to do with waving. It was waving in some form, waving.
Nothing. Just waved. You were really good. You were right on it.
It just waved?
Just waved. You were on it. I liked it. Oh my god.
That's right, everybody. I never get to use the sound effects on my own podcast, but when I'm on Marquise Mitchell's Roofing on the Rise, I hijack this shit every time.
Let's go. Okay, what did the duck? Okay, wait. Hold on. Rewind. Why did the duck say quack?
Why did the duck say quack? Why did the duck say quack? Let's see, quack. What is the significance of quack? What is the significance of
laughing already? I'm already laughing because he's
that doesn't mean it's going to be funny. I've seen you laugh at some
because he was
moderately unfunny things before.
He was a fire quacker.
There you go, ladies and gentlemen. A fire quacker. That, my friend.
Oh my word. That was all right. All right.
Okay.
Okay.
I like having the sound effects over here. This is cool. I don't know if anybody can hear them on the outside because sometimes it doesn't work, but as long as you can hear them and you know it's funny what I'm doing over here, it's all that matters.
Here's a good one. What was the most popular dance in 1776?
The most popular dance. Let's think about this. It's got something to do with freedom, I'm sure. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know.
The Independence.
Okay, that was pretty good. I got you. All right, what's next? I like these sound effects. It's pretty good.
It's pretty
got
good.
A little comedy routine going on over here.
Let me see if I got another one. Let me see. This is AI generated, right? Everybody's doing AI stuff these days. So
everybody.
That one's kind of.
I'm actually not here right now. This is an AI generated version of myself that I've actually duplicated for entertainment purposes.
Okay, so why did the belt get arrested?
Why did the belt get arrested? What would a belt be doing that would cause a belt to be arrested? Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to say the belt was
for holding up a pair of pants.
Okay. Now I'm going to be honest with you, Marquise. This week on Keeping It Real podcast, I had a retired birthday clown.
Oh,
and really? He had some good jokes, but not anything on the level of what you're bringing here this morning on the 4th of July to our friends. It's actually noon 11 on the 4th of July. And yeah, I'm excited. You're funnier than a birthday clown today.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, it is not me. It is AI. So.
Oh, well, all right.
Yeah, I got to give it.
I was trying to prop you up there a little bit, but all right, Marquise. Guess you're not as funny as the AI.
Hey, so
continue on.
I mean, I got like this this swim party later.
Right.
Actually it's at like 1:00.
Oh, okay.
Not a big deal though, because we got a couple of things to do in the house before we have to head out. But but yeah, man, just kind of vegging, enjoying the freaking day to day. I'm excited about just today. Like, it's July 4th. We got our independence. Oh, 1776. This is we were at the Atlas tour last week.
I was
And
there. Yes. Yes.
one had
Hey, real quick, by the way, I'd like to give a shout out to 1776 Roofing in College Station, Texas. Doesn't get much more American than that.
it doesn't.
Go ahead.
They actually helped fix my Mercedes windshield when I came to see them a few months ago. That was pretty interesting. Wide variety of knowledge in that company right there. Excited to see them. Excited to see them grow.
That's the official endorsement of Marquise, aka the Roof Don.
Oh yeah, so we were in the stadium tour thing from Atlas, right? And
yes, I was there.
They were doing that raffle, and somebody's number was 1776, and I just like looked around the room. Finally, I was like, "America!" And everybody's like, "What?"
Look, ladies and gentlemen, if you weren't there, I'll vouch for you. There was probably like 150 roofing contractors in this room. Which
Dude.
Shout out to Atlas, by the way, because I didn't even know that there was a minor league baseball stadium in Sugar Land, but it's the Sugar Land Space Cowboys, I think they were called.
Yep.
And I gotta say, props to them. That stadium is pretty sick. And there were probably, like I said, about 125 to 150 roofing contractors, and the room was deadly silent. And then Marquise was like, "Merca," and dude, you would have thought it was Madison Square Garden. The way that these people were carrying on, there was solid laughter for like at least 45 seconds to a full minute. And it was all 100% because of Marquise saying Merca, based on the winning number being 1776, which I don't even believe anybody claimed that prize.
No, nobody did.
The big prize there was actually the moment of hilarity that was provided by Marquise. And then some random person won on the next drawing after we were done laughing. So it really was a moment for the ages.
What do you think about these Cybertrucks?
Yeah, Marquise, that's a great question, man. Like you're a good interviewer. I never really get to be on this side of but today I'm actually going to be on the Roofer Report as well with Matt Radford. I don't think it's called the Roofer Report. I think it's called something else, but yeah, I'm going to be celebrating America with my favorite Canadian later on this afternoon. I kind of want a Cybertruck, but I kind of don't.
Really?
Like, I see this thing in person, and I'm like, all right. Now, the only reason why I have an opinion, go ahead.
If you're watching, type in your opinion while Chuck is telling us what's going on. What do you think about the Cybertruck? I think it's fucking ugly.
Well, now it's not trying to win a beauty contest. It's trying to be a badass truck that's bulletproof, that can like freaking win drag races against like NHRA cars, that like the general public can just go buy these things and like they can outrun police. They're badass, I think. Like the only problem I have is I don't really have a problem. I think the only problem I have with the Cybertruck is I think it's going to be like the iPhone, where like, do you see anybody walking around with the iPhone version 1 anymore? Of course not. Because like 3 months later, the iPhone 2 came out, and now we're on like 15, I think, 16, 15. And
16.
I would be pissed if I spent like 80 or 100 or however many thousands of dollars to buy the version 1, and then it ends up not being cool. Wow, Melissa Irwin. Wow. I put her comment up on the screen, Marquise. Like,
yeah, I love Chuck's voice. It calms me.
Wow. Okay. I've been working on the radio voice quite a bit, ladies and gentlemen. So, anyways,
subscribe to Chuck's anything. I mean, I don't know.
That's got a Rio. Yeah. And Melissa, I would like for you to be a guest on my podcast. There you go. I always use Marquise's platform to get amazing guests. He was about to do it, but no, sorry, bro. Gotta act quicker. So the Cybertruck, right? Like, what if you get the Cybertruck now, and then there's like a system update like 6 months from now, and then it's like it's not as cool? because the first iPhone's not as cool as the 15th one. So I'm gonna wait a minute and I'm gonna let it kind of iron out the bugs. I see there's been like major recalls all over for the Cybertruck. Like Cybertrucks are just like blowing up like for no reason, right?
Get this. Okay, so we were watching this movie the other day, and it's like the end of the world type movie, right? And I seen this like on Facebook a year ago, like the clips and stuff, and it's got these cars, these Teslas, and they're just flying down the road. This lady's like standing in the middle of the road, like trying to figure out why these Teslas are all like crashed into each other, and there's nobody in the Teslas, right? And so she's like looking around, and all
they're going to crash into each other.
She turns around and she sees a Tesla barreling over at her, and her car's parked in the middle of the road. So she's got to run, get in the car, and she's like moving the car quick, and her whole family's in there like, what's going on? What's going on?
We're about to get killed by a Cybertruck, kids. Get ready.
Over and bam, a Tesla hits the other Tesla. And then more Teslas come. Here's what I'm getting at. There is a portion that you need to read about the Teslas that says that they can immediately recall them.
Are they spontaneously just crashing into each other? But are they hitting other cars or just other Teslas? Because if it's just other Teslas, all right, whatever. Stay out of the way.
It's hidden in the movie. It's Hollywood.
In my car, in my Dodge Durango, I could be driving to the gas station. And some random Tesla could come flying at me for no reason for like any apparent time. Like, is this what you're telling me?
If Elon wants to recall those cars, he can really recall those cars and bring them all back. They're all self-driving. Are we not paying attention to like the freaking Ubers and the taxis?
Wait. They're self-driving, which means like if you don't make your payment, like you'll just come out one day and your car's just gone. Like, has Elon Musk actually made repo men like obsolete? Is the repossession industry in trouble now because of this? Did the other Teslas drive themselves as well, or just the trucks? These are things I don't know. I don't know. Great questions though, Marquise. Like, I still, I'm over here just trying to. I got a soothing voice, dude. Like, made my day. Go ahead.
Melissa, thank you. That was pretty on point. I was actually going a little bit deeper. I was like, you got like your link tree for like your, fucking, I don't know what they call that, foot finder or something like that. I don't know if you talk to your feet whenever you record it. I know you'd be making millions on that shit, right? No?
Are you talking to me?
Yeah, you don't do Feet Finder?
The hell are you talking about? What's Feet Finder? Tell me about it.
Okay. So you know OnlyFans, right? Oh, this is a good.
No, I don't, Marquise. I'm a wholesome gentleman.
Come on. I mean, I don't have.
I've heard of it.
Okay.
I've heard of it.
All right. So
I have a page on there. Can dudes do OnlyFans pages?
That's what I'm getting at.
Can you hear that car in the background?
A little bit.
Well, I was gonna say my SM7B is masking it because it sounds like a damn explosion outside here, and that's cool. No worries. That's why I have such a calming voice. It's actually completely done by the microphone. I sound like a schmuck in person. It's true. I do sound golden as hell though on the mic. You hear that? Can you hear it? Yeah. All right, go ahead.
I'm freaking dying over here, dog. Oh my gosh. Okay, so Tesla's. Yeah, I'm kind of over the Tesla thing. Like, I'm just like really.
Well, you didn't give your opinion. Okay, so I was going to tell you, I actually did ride in a Tesla, not the truck, but I saw the truck up close at the ABC golf event that I went to, and I'm gonna say, it's pretty cool. Like, can the Cybertruck literally drive itself? Like, if I get in the thing and I'm like, take me to Houston, Texas, take me to the Constellation Field for the Atlas Roadshow, and I type it in, do I have to do anything else before I get to the stadium, or is it just like freaking kick back and chill?
I don't completely know. I've asked a few people to come pick me up in their Cybertrucks, and they have not. I guess they're too cool.
People in
Now.
Cybertrucks are hating on the roof, Don, is what I'm
So-
hearing here.
so-
Okay.
so
All right. Well, remember that. Yours
I
is version 1, fellas. Don't forget that either.
didn't say
When
that.
version 5 comes out and I'm driving that, I'm gonna be laughing at you.
I didn't say that.
When mine
But-
doesn't have glitches.
But
It
it
is-
does change to like its appearance, maybe, right? Maybe. But here's the thing.
No. You got to keep that appearance.
Hell
I want
no.
that truck with it to be matte black with a giant freaking Rio Blanco roofing logo in neon green and blue. And I feel like that'd be pretty catchy. And I feel like the thing, I mean, it was made for roofing. Like,
Bro, are you serious?
that's all it was made for is roofing, marketing vehicles for roofing.
You okay?
It's not as cool as an AMG, but it's cool, right? I mean, come on.
I mean, hey,
No,
look,
okay. If I buy a Cybertruck and I go title for title, Marquise, I'll race you in your Mercedes AMG. What happens? Who wins?
you okay, you'll win. But
He didn't even flinch. He
it
just
looks like
straight
a
up said,
fucking rolling refrigerator, dude. Like it's a fucking rolling appliance. Like that's my
fine. If you get hit by a regular car with that thing, it doesn't even dent. Like it's bulletproof for real. You
Is
can
it?
shoot the damn thing.
Is it though?
Like, I don't know. That's what I heard.
I only know a couple of people that.
Let
have
me go find one and shoot at it real quick and see if anybody has a Cybertruck and you will allow me to do that test. I will make a video of it. I'll cut some reels or whatever, and like I'll light that bastard up to see what it's all about. But again, tell me that's not the perfect roofing vehicle. You get that homeowner, you get that last check, and they're still being kind of pissy about something. They're shooting at you as you're trying to drive away. Anybody that's in roofing, you've had people shoot at you before. Marquise, you have. You've probably had multiple people shoot at you. I've had a couple, it's like if I had the Cybertruck, I wouldn't be trying to get away so fast. I'd be driving backwards, waving the check, taunting them. What's up? Shooting sucker. It's like the dunk tank. Like I'd be making fun of people. What's up? You ain't shooting me.
Oh my God.
Mhm.
Amanda, we got no message on that. Gotta type the message, please.
No, I will say this, Amanda. I personally don't know you, but thank you for watching the Roofing on the Rise January 4th edition. I'm not bastardizing my own podcast by having my logo back there today, although it is Keeping It Rio. It is America's greatest podcast. And I do have America back here because
Hey, you have some very so I guess Amanda left a emoji. My wife is back in the background and she showed the emoji. It's a laughing emoji because
okay, good. I'm glad it's the laughing and not like the middle finger or anything like that.
Oh, I was laughing because the tension as you drive away, I imagine has happened before somewhere on this planet. You are freaking right, girl. Like
It's
listen,
happened. I can vouch for it.
the windows aren't like bulletproof though, are they?
I feel like they would have to be. I mean, that would kind of defeat the entire purpose, wouldn't it? I mean,
okay. So
hey guys, you got a bulletproof car that's like plexiglass windows, fire them up. Like you're shooting at the windows anyway. If you're shooting at a car, I mean, not to say that I've ever shot at I have shot a car before, but it was completely supervised in a environment that was intended for that. But let's just say that you're hypothetically speaking, you want to, someone just stole your car, Marquise. They stole the AMG. You are not shooting at the doors of your AMG. You're trying to take the window and you're trying to be like, one time, baby, pow. So if the windows are not bulletproof, there's no point in having a Cybertruck. None.
Okay. Well, all right. So we need to figure it out. If you're watching and you have a Cybertruck, let us know if your windows are also bulletproof. I know Joe Rogan shot up one on his podcast with Elon on like right there. Like they ordered
sitting inside the Cybertruck. Like,
I mean, that would have been funny, but
that's what I would have done. I'd have been like, shoot it, Joe Rogan. You don't know me, Joe Rogan.
And you will allow Chuck and I to shoot it. We would love to pew pew and see if the windows and everything is all, bulletproof.
So let me get this straight. You are now soliciting a listener or viewer of your podcast.
Yeah.
to allow you and I both. I
You
get
know
to be
what?
included in this
You know
to
what?
shoot a cyber truck that they
I'll even
own
yeah,
just
I'll even put your
because.
logo right up next to mine, right? We got our chief sponsor down at the bottom, but right next to my name up here, I'll put your logo up there, and I'll shout you out in 10 episodes. 10 episodes. Yeah. I
Ladies and
think
gentlemen, to be shouted out on the Roofing on the Rise podcast for 10 episodes probably has a street value of like $3-4 million. So like
billion. Come
I
on.
would volunteer my Cybertruck if I had one. There you
Okay,
have
so
it.
Cybertrucks are taking over. I feel like everyone in the roofing industry, if they can afford to get a Cybertruck, they're running out to buy a Cybertruck and wrapping it right now.
You
I
feel that way, huh? I feel the exact opposite. I feel like nobody. I
I
feel like
can't
there's a few people that love them in the roofing industry, but I feel like most like old school roofers who drive like Chevys and Fords, like they're not rushing out to buy Cybertrucks.
I don't think so either. Topic is perfectly aligned with your sponsor. You may want to have him drafted up an instrument and
See,
really
there you
watch
go.
you guys go shooting stuff up. Ooh, that's pretty on one. Chad T. Wilson, we will definitely be discussing that. Yeah, I absolutely love my sponsors, by the way, Amanda. If you are not hooked up with Chad T, you definitely want to reach out to Chad T. Wilson. Reach out to myself. I'll give you the information for him. Uh, and honestly, what's crazy is that we've actually had that kind of discussion before from a previous episode because they were like, "Man, this is great. Just be
The
ready."
idea to shoot stuff has come up before on your podcast.
Not shoot stuff, but like we're shooting a different episode, right? Like,
Okay, well, check this out, Marquise. I think shooting a Cybertruck is legit, and I think that we can make that happen. You and I will be chatting. I just happened upon your podcast. Amanda, I would also like to bastardize my own podcast real quick and say that's Keeping It Rio podcast. Keeping It Rio podcast. I'm actually sponsored by Roofer as well. So if we're going to be hooking up our people, look, Roofer, which is a company based from Canada, though today Roofer is the most Americans of all time. So thank you, Roofer, as well. And that is again,
I
Keeping
like
It Rio podcast. That's RIO.
RIO. Now,
America's favorite podcast. Go ahead.
You can't miss which podcast we're on right now because it's like big and red up there. Roofing on the Rise, baby.
I gotta admit, Marquise, I like the backdrop thing that you have for yours better than mine. Mine I don't like, and I don't know what.
You know who made mine?
Someone to help me. Somebody that's watching Roofing on the Rise that could maybe help me with an intro, maybe like a new thing like that. I'd like to rebrand my podcast.
A sponsor.
And I'm actually going to say this on Marquise's show because he seems to have much more luck than I do with this. But if anybody'd like to sponsor Keeping It Rio, or if you would like to have a unique opportunity at the next roofing convention, say RoofCon, IRE, to have a mobile podcast at your booth, holler at your boy.
Ooh.
And that applies to Marquise or myself. When I say holler at your boy, either one.
Let's go.
Granted, I mean, yeah, I do want that to be me, but if it's Marquise, I will go be on Marquise's show at IRE as well.
Let's freaking go. You already know where I'm going to be. I'm going to be at Chad T. Wilson Law Firm. So I can, jump over to a booth with you. That's the main thing, bro. We got to get you a good sponsor. I'm really, who made my backdrop, bro? This right here, this where everything is. It says,
it's very good because it's difficult to do it like the way you've done it. And I really like the way that looks. There's no empty space on it. Now on mine, I have an empty space down at the bottom because when I do reels, I do like the captions and it's given it a nice place to run. But
so
I like the roofs. Mine needs to be changed. I need someone to help me with a logo for my podcast. If anybody's watching this, let's see what we got here. Contact the Roof Don. 210-919-8987 for your free business incubator.
Let's go. You hit me up. I'll help you, completely restructure your company. And, or if you're looking, and I know a lot of you out there are trying to figure out how to set up your pay structures for your sales reps, hit me up. I'd love to give you a free business incubator. and see where we can go with that. But yeah, I mean, if you've got like a ticker or whatever and something big like this, it's not a big deal. But big shout out to Chad T. Wilson Law Firm because they were the ones that made this and they made it look really, really awesome. They also did my logo, my updated logo up here, completely made me into a cartoon and everything. I mean, they really do take care of me. Again, big shout out, Chad T. Wilson Law Firm. Thank you so much for all of the help and support that you guys give me. So
You know what? I'm gonna say something real quick, Marquise. I see this caricature of you up here on the top corner, and I give you credit for that. That's pretty freaking sick. Not gonna lie.
Thank you, bro. Well,
I used to have the greatest video intro in the history of podcasts,
I know.
but things changed and I had to stop using it. So again,
Bro,
if anybody would like to help me,
that video was so fire. I was watching that the other day on the Ben Menchaca episode that you ran, and bro, I just like big. You really do. That's why when we were at Atlas, I was like, you guys should sponsor Chuck's podcast. I mean, it's bro.
I feel like it's pretty badass. I mean, I'm biased, but I like it.
I mean,
I've got many episodes upcoming. I'm at 175 right now, keeping it real. What episode number are we on here today of Roofing on the Rise, if you don't mind me asking?
I want to say we're at 105.
Over 100 episodes for Marquise, ladies and gentlemen. Now, keeping it real, just this past week on the 1st, just 3 short days ago, Monday, my podcast turned 3 years old, and yours, I feel like yours is less than 2 years old.
Yeah, I mean,
so you're actually way ahead of pace against me. I'm at 175 in exactly 3 years. You're at 104 in under 2 years or a year and a half or whatever. So
yeah, year and a half.
Look out, everybody. Marquise is catching me.
I don't think so, bro. Like you really do keep it pushing. Like you're putting out episodes left and right. I've got a couple that I'm working on right now that I've shot in the last month. I'm editing the 5 steps to being acquired by by private equity. That one's going to be a really, really good one. That one's with Mig Tavares up at Blue Hammer Roofing. Big shout out to Mig for doing that episode and also for any future episodes because I know we're going to probably break it down to a science so that everybody could really understand, those steps to being acquired by private equity. But what else? I mean, I think we talked about the Cybertruck. We talked about the iPhone. What else is real big? I feel like after the Lee and Dimitri fight, everything's calmed down, like the drama. What do you think?
I don't pay attention to the drama, my friend. I just don't. Like, is there drama? Yeah, probably. There's always going to be that, but whatever.
Yeah.
I'm just over here trying to enjoy myself, trying to have fun. That's it. I don't need any drama. I try to stay neutral and try to be cool with everybody. That's all you can do.
So I just realized that
you never hit the record button on this.
No.
Somehow Amanda saw the entire thing, but nobody else.
Bro, wait. So we've done it. I think we did an episode and my lights went out. Do you remember that one?
That was actually the first time that you were on Keeping It Real. Your freaking lights went out. Your freaking microphone quit working. It was a disaster. And that was actually right when you were getting ready to start your podcast. And it was like, no, it was that. Or also, I was a guest on your second episode of your podcast. And I believe you had mad technical difficulties that day as well. So
yeah, it was crazy.
You almost got written off like right off the bat. Like, dude, this guy Marquise, man, his tech shit's not right. Like, I don't need that kind of guest on my podcast. This guy making me look bad. But now look. Okay. Now you got this brick wall that looks like you're like in an interdimensional like tunnel. You got like DNA things back there lit up. You got posters. Like
I've got
legit.
I've got a bear brick, ladies and gentlemen. So this bear brick I got spot focus on. So I'd have
Do you
to
want to
like,
see something special that I have?
I like Bear Bricks. Yeah, I do.
Okay, watch this. You have a bear brick. I
So-
have a mulehide horse.
Big
Yeah.
shout out to Meal Hide. If you want to sponsor a podcast, just reach out to Keeping It Rio podcast right here. Chuck Allen. Bow.
Mulehide. There you go. So yeah,
You like Meal Hide?
I have no real problems with mulehide. Seems to do what it needs to do. It covers things up and prevents it from leaking. And
I only had
at the
one.
end of the day, that's really all we're looking for, right?
I only had one problem with Meal Hide.
Tell me about it, Marquise. Let's cause some drama in the industry. We're just talking about no drama. Let's hear about your problems with mulehide
Okay,
on
so
roofing on the rise, ladies and gentlemen, not keeping it Rio. Go ahead.
the person that made the call to use Peel and Stick is no longer with us. Was a really awesome guy. He's a young man. Actually taught me a lot about how
No longer with us, as in like
he's
no
passed.
longer with us.
Yep, he passed.
Okay, I got you.
A big shout out to Ben Tucker and the Tucker family. Went up to Connecticut and did a nice little storm up there. And man, I'll tell you what.
Did you win the storm? Just kidding. Go ahead.
The thought to put Peel and Stick in a Northeast market on a commercial property was just the wrong thing to do. And I don't
Real
think
quick, let's discuss that.
so.
I agree. That's probably like some
So here's the thing.
TPO type stuff.
Yeah, when you're so you really wanted like a torch down, but you could do TPO if you did a thicker mill. But
did your friend simply not have the adequate insurance to do torch down? Because I myself will not participate in any torching. I have in the past. I've actually done it.
It wasn't,
but not working for my company.
It was just trying to save some money and make a good little dollar. It was
But does it really save money to use Peel and Stick if you do it right? It's actually more expensive.
So in that market, the reason why it was a very poor decision is because of the temperature that is constant in that area. It's very frigid. The roads even are like a permafrost, so they get frozen, and then they warm up and they crack, and the roofs do the same thing.
One thing about me, Marquise, you may not know, I'm from Ohio, bro. Like,
what's up. What's up. So
Brutus.
So the only thing really that you should be putting up there over like a commercial building with a bunch of equipment inside of it is like a torch down or something that is going to be fully adhered.
Or in that particular market, you would also utilize an EPDM.
Yes, EPDM, big, real big up there. And so
we don't have that here in Texas, just in case anybody wanted to know.
So that was the only thing, we put, I didn't do it, but the crew put up Peel and Stick, and I got called out whenever there was a snow. And actually there were two electricians, like linemen rather, not electricians, that were working on the telephone poles. I don't know, about a football field and a half away. And
one of the 150 yards away, ladies and gentlemen.
One of the guys died that day from a tree that snapped. So you could like stand still and just listen, and it'd go snap, snap, and you could just hear
been there
snapping because the load of snow and ice was just so much. It was a very dangerous storm, and be it that it's a very dangerous area, you definitely don't want to use Peel and Stick. You got to use like Torchdown or EPDM or something like that. So that was the only negative thing that I ever had with mulehide. And it wasn't even that it was mulehide; it was that it was implied.
It was the application in that case, and probably mulehide performed as well as anything would under the circumstances. And Marquise is not actually being a hater; he's just
not at all
recalling a situation that he was involved in. Could have been anything. Could have been polyglass. Could have been CertainTeed. It could have been anything. On this chosen day, it was Mulehide.
It was Mulehide. So you were you lived in Ohio.
Marquise, I was actually born and raised in Ohio. I lived there for 32 years of my life. That's why I have this giant Brutus Buckeye back here that's wearing a Rio Blanco hat. I'm a pretty big Ohio State Buckeye fan. Something that, well, pretty much everybody knows.
I mean, I have I've only been to Ohio like once. Scratch that, twice. Went and seen a friend of mine on the way back up to Connecticut because I did, a couple years up in Connecticut roofing. And but then my mom, when my stepdad passed away, they were living in Ohio and like
Where at in Ohio?
I want to say Cleveland or I don't know. It was a big city.
We're gonna say that Marquise's family was living in Cleveland. We're gonna say they were living in the suburb of Huber Heights. Probably not, but we'll just say that. Go ahead. Huber Heights, everybody.
Probably not. But
that's where Marquise's family was living. Marquise is originally from Huber Heights, Ohio. Do you know what else? Do you know what else is based in Huber Heights, Ohio?
No.
The Ohio Lottery, ladies and gentlemen. There you go.
Oh, snap.
Worthless trivia for your 4th of July.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. What's up? So, okay, so if you're watching this stream, I want to let you know that the favorite prop I have.
What do you have here, Marquise? Tell me a little bit about what you've got. Ladies and gentlemen, this is his favorite prop. What the hell is this, you say?
JBL clip. Nice little clip, right? You just turn this on and you can listen to all kinds of music and it's waterproof, right? So I took this to the gym with me and my son this morning. And you know who did it, right? You know who did it? Well,
hold up.
It wasn't law firm.
Hold up, Marquise.
Who did it?
You took an external speaker to the gym today?
Today I did. I did that.
Do you see the disdain in my face right now? I know. I've been trying to tell you about gym etiquette, dude. Like that.
I know.
I even tell you sometimes on the phone, like these dudes are driving by on their bicycles with external speakers, and it's like, I want to clothesline these dudes. I'm not trying to hear what they're saying. I'm not trying to hear their music. Marquise the Roof Don, however, does not care. He spits in the face of that. And the people in Marquise's gym today know that he loves to listen to what station were you listening to at the gym today?
And we listened to like a mix. It's like the heavy mix. I don't know what was.
What was one song that stood out today in your workout? I'll tell you one in mine.
Panda by Pets 2. It's like it's this one. I don't know if you could see it.
I'm not familiar.
So Secret Life.
Is that like a movie soundtrack or?
Yeah, Secret Life of Pets 2. So Kevin Hart remakes the Panda song, and it is absolutely hilarious. So that was one of them, and then like Californication, right? Red Hot Chili
Peppers. Mine was Bow Down by West Side Connection. So we're in completely different universes when we go to the gym.
I don't normally listen to music.
I go to the gym and I get all pissed. I'm like,
have you ever
I try not to talk to people, but sometimes I do. And then
have you ever cried?
I'll be honest with you. Some of the people at my gym that try to talk to me, I'm not really trying to be friendly with. And I don't want to piss anybody off, but
have you ever cried at the gym?
No. Like ever? What?
Okay.
Tell us the story, Marquise, about you crying at the gym.
Just
why did you even bring that up? Because I was going to ask you to tell the story of you crying at the gym now. So like, I feel like you inadvertently want this story to be told. So tell us, Marquise, about you being the guy at the gym that's like crying,
stretching, like fucking bawling my fucking eyes out. It was just terrible. No, it was just like, really listening. Are
people picking on you at your gym? Oh, look, your own wife is now wanting to hear about you crying.
She wants to hear about it.
She doesn't know about this either, does she? You've never told this.
I haven't said anything to anybody about it.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, you're welcome. I have brought this out on Roofing on the Rise today. So, Marquise, tell us about the time you were stretching at the gym and it made you cry.
I'm just, you got, I got a friend of mine that encouraged me to start working out. And I would have never.
Who was it, if you don't mind me asking?
Yeah, absolutely. He passed, and he's no longer with us, but it's just a really good friend of mine. I'd rather not like.
Okay, I respect that.
I'll send you his
I was
info.
trying to give props to someone for helping Marquise change his life because I know this dude does go to the gym frequently.
I'll send you his info. I've got like a little shrine on my
Not even necessary. Whoever it was, shout out to you.
on the arm wall. But anyway, um, I never wanted to work out. Like I was always the guy that
We always just naturally like freaking jacked. Just
never.
Look at Marquise. He's a natural athlete. Like
Terrible.
I think Marquise could probably be in the Olympics if he really wanted to, but he just doesn't want to.
But so get this. So it took my buddy passing for me to get my ass in the gym. And so I was listening to something and it made me remember him. And then I lost it because it was like, dude, you fat fuck. It took your friend dying to get in the fucking gym. You're just a you know, and just you plug it in, right? You plug it in. You're this, you're that. And there's all these things that pile up in your mind. And I'm working out. So like I'm like, just getting it out. I think it's important that, it's a very healing thing, for a lot of people, but that's not like I'm in the gym every day, like crying and shit. Like that's
okay. If it just happened that one time and that's a noble reason, I won't make fun of you anymore for it.
One time.
Nobody make fun of Marquise for crying at the gym.
Wifey worked out and did great. Need to get back. Totally unrelated to crying, babe, but
not really. She didn't cry, I bet.
She probably didn't. No, she was probably just in there making gains, dog. Like,
yeah, she's like,
listen, the only person that I know that could like shed weight retardedly fast is my wife. Like, she go in there, grab the ball, and just like, and then boom, she got a 6-pack. It's just unreal.
Respect to that. I wish that was me. It's not.
Well, what else you got on the schedule for today, my friend?
I really don't have anything. I'm not going to lie. I went to the gym already. I did all my stuff. Like I said, a Thursday holiday. Are most people working tomorrow or are most people off tomorrow? What's protocol? 4th of July, do you get a 5-day weekend now because of it being on a Thursday? What happens if it's on a Wednesday? Do you get Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday? Are people working tomorrow?
If you have PTO, I guess.
But what does that mean?
Pay time off, right? We don't quite grasp that. If you're a business owner, you're like, pay time off. That's what my employees get.
But let's say that, okay, we work in roofing. I mean, we can do whatever we want, whenever. We can go door knocking today if we want. I'm not going to, but we could. Right. But are most people open tomorrow? Like, are roofing companies open on Friday the 5th, or
what is it called? So, I'll give you, for instance, so Chad T. Wilson Law Firm, wide open, right? They're going to be open, but there's a lot of people taking paid time off. So there's going to be like a receptionist. There's going to be a couple of lawyers.
If you need to make contact, you can do it.
Right. They're going to be there. They're going to be available, but not their entire full staff. Not their whole full staff is not going to be there. Like, think about it. For me, I'm just.
Well, and again, it's another one of those things where it's like,
I'm just a podcaster. So
okay. I'll bring back a memory from last year. Yeah. Now that this is a distant memory, I do recall, Marquise, I remember you last year were actually forced to work the day after Christmas. And I remember that I kept thinking to myself, it's on Friday, it's the day after, like nobody's going to come to the place to do it.
I respectfully went in and worked too,
Did anybody come in?
No.
That's the thing. So on July 5th, are people... Look, tomorrow, I'm trying to schedule appointments tomorrow. I've got a couple things lined up. I've got a couple people that want to meet. I'm trying to save San Antonio money. I'm trying to make their homes much better, and I'm trying to improve everything here. And people are receptive to that. And there's a couple appointments tomorrow, but admittedly, it's probably not like, are people going to be hungover? Are we celebrating America till 11:59? What are we doing? If it was on a Friday or Saturday, we'd probably be drinking some beers. Are we doing that on a Thursday?
I
How
seen
does this work?
cracking a beer at the pool when I left earlier. I mean,
You saw kids drinking beers at the pool?
no, it was an adult, but
Oh,
I'm
okay, okay.
just
Just
popping
making
up.
sure.
It was like fucking 9:30 in the morning. So,
What are you gonna do? Sometimes that's the way that it is.
but
Sometimes you wake up and choose that, you know? Hey, dude, I could brush my teeth or I could drink a beer, and sometimes people choose B.
I'm glad I don't choose it anymore. I break out.
I'm not trying to drink any alcohol today. I'm feeling pretty good. I've been drinking a lot of water, got my weight under control. I'm feeling pretty good.
I like it.
I had a pizza last night for dinner, which
Pizza.
you know, a whole pizza, yeah.
What did we have for dinner? We had
But I
something-
also did a 9-mile hike yesterday, so eating a pizza was fine.
miles, dog. Holy shit.
Yeah, because I'm mad at myself, Marquise. I shot my mouth off. I said I was going to do 202 miles in June
You
as
did
part of Diego Dante's 100-mile June. And while this was my second best out of the 4 that I've done, I did not achieve 202 miles. I was 156. I was 46 miles short. So I am going to do an extra 46 this month to make up for it.
Really?
And I think I'm going to do 200 and no, I'm not even going to say that. I'm not going to say I'm going to do 240, but I will do the 200 in July. I will make up for it. I'm already, today's the 4th. It's the morning of the 4th. I'm already at 25. So
It's a lot.
yeah,
That's
it's all
enough.
good. It's all
I'm
good.
not running that, but
I'm not running it because my knees are messed up, but I did think about running a half marathon again. I've done that 2 years ago, and I thought about doing it again, maybe,
bro,
but I'm not sure.
the thought of running a marathon for me is just I why?
Well, let me tell you a little bit about my experience with it because it was good. Now, I got the idea actually, ironically, from Joseph Hughes. I'm wearing his shirt today. Shout out. So I had Joseph Hughes on Keeping It Rio in the very early days. He was like 150 episodes ago or something crazy, like when I was first getting started.
Yeah.
It was not very good because of me. Like it'd be much better today, but
Right.
he was telling me some stuff. We were talking about fitness and discipline and all that. And he told me that he ran a full marathon during COVID by himself because he had been running this marathon every year and the marathon was canceled because of COVID that year. So this dude went down there, and I believe it was in New Jersey, and he ran a freaking marathon one day just cause, right? So I'm like,
you know what kind of fitness I was doing in COVID? I was fitness taco in my mouth, dog. I wasn't doing nothing but eating, boy.
well, and that left us plenty of room now a couple years later for improvement, right? So COVID was good. At that time, I didn't want to wither away. So yes, I ate a lot. I got super fat, hoping that would combat the COVID. And then I started exercising, and actually, I feel like that works better against COVID than being fat, but different story. So Joe Hughes tells me about this on the podcast. He ran this, and I'm like, damn, okay. I lived in College Station, Texas at that point, as well as here in San Antonio. But in College Station, it's a little different. It's like, must be lower down. It's cooler down there. It's in the Brazos Valley. So, of course, it's down at the bottom. It's cooler there than it is here in San Antonio at the top of the hills. This stuff going on here. I lived there for several years, up to 10 years, as a matter of fact. And when Joseph Hughes told me about doing that, I said, I'm going to run a half marathon, ladies and gentlemen. So since Joseph Hughes could do it without any fanfare, without any people being around, I also decided that's how I was going to do it. So Marquise, I started training probably like July, about this time 2 years ago, I started training. And I trained for 90 days. And my 90-day training consisted of me getting started. And when I started, I was only able to run like 3/4 of a mile before I got freaking winded, right?
Right.
And I'm like, how in the heck am I going to do this? So I keep going. I get better. After a little while, I'm like able to do some miles, right? And I start doing this loop from my house to my office and back, and it's exactly 10 miles. So I'm running 10 miles, Marquise, like every weekend. And I'm doing it at like 3 a.m. in College Station, Texas. And nobody's cheering for me. Nobody's paying attention. I'm just out there making it happen. Well, I decided I'm going to do the half marathon. It's coming up. Like, this is the weekend. It was in September. I'm doing it. Well, I start driving from San Antonio to College Station that Friday. A buddy of mine, again, it was Thomas Cutts of Resistance Exteriors, which right there is his logo. And I told him that day, I was like, Tom, tomorrow I'm going to wake up and I'm running a half marathon, bro. And I'd been training. I'd done several 10-mile runs. So I felt like, okay, I got this. 10 miles I could do quite easily.
I'm good.
And I was making good time on the 10-mile run. So I'm doing them over and over and over again, making good time. I'm ready to jump up to 13.26. Well, I'm ready, Marquise. I get there. I go to the convenience store in the morning. The guy knows me there because I go in every day and I buy an energy drink. I bought a C4, go back to my house. I stretch. Totally different story, but I'll tell you about that later too if you've got time. I start doing the half marathon, right? And I'm running and everything's going fine. I'm not making great time because my goal was just to finish, not to finish in like record time or anything. Right. I didn't want to go too fast at the beginning. I had my Nike running coach in my ears. Like, I got it going on, right? And I get to this point where I'm on my way back. I'm on like mile 12.25. I got like a mile to go, exactly 1 mile to go. And I get to this intersection. And the problem was it was starting to get light. It was a Sunday morning and people were going to church. And there was a church right there in my neighborhood. So there was traffic on the highway. I had to stop running for just a split second. And Marquise, guess what happened? My legs quit working, dude. Like, I couldn't freaking move again. I was stuck there and I'm like, So I literally had to drag myself an entire mile back to my house. And I'm like, barely able to walk. My legs are all cramped up. I'm feeling stupid. People are looking at me. I don't have a shirt on. I'm walking by a church. Everybody's, everything bad could go wrong. It happened. So I realized, okay, maybe I need a little bit more work. Maybe I need to do something. But I told myself I'm going to come back the next Saturday. I'm going to do it. And if I get to that intersection and I have to slow down, I'm going to choose instead to run across the traffic of the highway and get hit by a car potentially, maybe cause an accident, maybe do whatever, but I'm finishing the race. And that following Saturday, Marquise, I ran a half marathon, dude, under the cloak of darkness. I finished the race. I got home. Everything was cool. I wish there was more of a climax to the story, but I just did the half marathon. No big deal.
Freaking winners, dog. No, so you got a Nike running coach? What is that?
Oh yeah, dude. You get the app on here, Nike Running Club, and you pair it up to your AirPods, and the guy will tell you, like, make sure you're maintaining a nice maintainable speed. Don't go too fast. Don't go too far. I'll get back to you in a half a mile. And he checks in with you like every half mile or so and like, hey, you're doing good. Check your heart rate. Make sure you're not overgoing early. You've got 10 miles to go, blah, blah. And I'm telling you, Nike running coach, that dude, I ran a half marathon. I give all the credit in the world to the Apple Watch and the Nike Running Club.
I can't freaking do it. I'm not doing any running, but I'll tell you where I will run. I will run to eat my lunch because it is done.
What's for lunch today, Marquise? If you don't mind me asking, on America's birthday, what are you eating?
A sandwich and some chips.
Doesn't get much more American than that now, does it?
I don't think so.
Wash it down with a Dr. Pepper and you're good. Is that what that is? Look at that. It's almost like I knew Marquise was a real American. Like, I don't know if you're familiar with the wrestler Hulk Hogan, but that was his theme song, The Real American. I feel like now that's you.
I've been waiting an hour to take a sip of that Dr. Pepper.
Well, dude, I should have mentioned it an hour ago. My bad.
All right. So before we leave, before we get off of here, why don't you do business with the corner store anymore?
Oh, the corner store, the Shell station here in San Antonio. I probably shouldn't have called it out as a Shell station, but it's a Shell station. And I was a loyal, very loyal contributor to this gentleman's children's college fund, his bill paying, his retirement plan. In that, I have literally gone to this store at least once a day, probably sometimes 3, 4, multiple times a day for 5.5 years. It was my store, Marquise. Everybody there knows me by name. Everybody's cool. Everybody's happy-go-lucky in there. They have products in there that they bought specifically for me, which they will now choke on. So I do business with people, and I would anticipate that when the time comes that they would also reciprocate. That's the world that I live in. Reciprocal things, like I buy from you, you buy from me. The Roof Don wants me to be on his podcast. Of course I will. Why not? Right? The guy asked me for a quote for his roof. Okay. He tells me what he's trying to do, which is commit insurance fraud. I can't pronounce his name or I'd say it, but okay. He wants to commit insurance fraud. And he's very clear that another roofing company, which will also remain nameless, but I know who you are, has already agreed to do the entire roof for just the ACV payment, Marquise. So I look at his insurance work, and I see a few things that throw me off. Number one, he doesn't have any depreciation. He's only got ACV. Number two, it's a 3-tab. And number three, it's like 50 squares. It's a pretty big house.
Bro.
So I tell the guy, look, bro, I'm not going to commit insurance fraud, but let me run my numbers. Let me see what I can get to.
Right.
If your out of pocket is different than what it would be, then okay, fine. He clearly says, I want to pay no deductible and I want to pay no money out of pocket, which it's a $22,000 roof and he's got 13 grand. Those numbers don't work for me. They do for some roofers, as I've come to find out. Yeah, someone did it for that, which
that's way too cheap.
Best wishes. I hope you the very best, and
so
whatever. But I requested the guy. I sent him a text, and I said, "Mr. Blah 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 blah. I just wanted to touch base with you real quick to see if you've gone in a different direction with your roof." I normally ask people if they've given up on this project because people don't like to be accused of giving up. But in this case, have you gone a different direction? He promptly responded, yes. Marquise, you know me, man. I'm a pretty loyal guy. I'm team, whatever.
Also know not to piss you off.
Well, thank you. So this guy pissed me off. And I basically just told him, okay, I appreciate that. The last 5 years of me coming to the store was cool. I was a good customer. I venture to guess I probably spent at least $15,000 in your store, which the roof itself was like 17 when I did everything as a retail bid. I said, dude, you don't have to do the gutters. You don't have to do the window screens. It's like 16, whatever. And I probably bought that damn roof in bottled waters, beef jerkies, energy drinks, gas, candy bars, you name it, Marquise. I've bought it from this store.
I got some gas.
Yeah. And he gave me nothing, no love. So I told the guy, I will not come back to your store. I do not do business with small business that does not reciprocate with other small business. And in the meanwhile, I laugh at you because I know the company that you're working for, although they have a reputable name in San Antonio, is a trash company.
Going down.
I would like to say their name, but I won't. One day I will. But they eat deductibles and they do things for ACVs because they have no skills or value.
Jeez.
And they're a well-known company.
Damn.
And also, number two, I'm going to laugh at you when your roof leaks because you know that what you did was wrong. I told you it was incomplete, it was incorrect, and it was actually insurance fraud. And you still chose to go that route. So, my friend, when your roof leaks, I'll be standing outside pointing at you and laughing, and I will not be there to help because you disrespected my $16,000 worth of purchases to your store, and therefore I've adopted now the 7-Eleven across the street, which though the characters are not as good, there is a lady there, which I mentioned on my social media the other day, that she's very touching. She's a very nice, sweet, older Hispanic lady. And when she says hello, it always sounds like she's saying, hey, yo. There you go. I've got myself a new friend. And I bet, hey, yo, if she needs a roof, she's going to say, hey, yo, do my roof.
My roof, bro.
Yeah, hey, I'm not trying to penny pinch.
Well, hey, it has been a live stream. We've talked about.
I had no idea that I was going to be on on Roofing on the Rise today. I had no idea. Marquise reached out to me earlier this morning and was like,
let's go.
Why not? I found out a couple things today. I found out that Marquise cried at the gym. He wears a external speaker at the gym, which
that was one time thing.
I got a real opinion on that, and I'll just leave it alone. I found out that my voice is calming to people.
That it
Again, shout out to Melissa. That's, hey, dude, calming voice. I've never been told that before in my entire life. I've always been told, like, your shit's crazy. It's erratic. It's high pitched. It's like I said, it's got the Shure SM7B bringing me the melodic tones, and it's processed like a mofo because I don't sound like this in real life.
Man, all I got to say is we are sponsored by Chad T. Wilson Law Firm. The insurance company denies, delays, or defends their position. Reach out to me. Telephone number is going to be displayed across the screen down at the bottom. 210.
That is 210-919-8987. Ladies and gentlemen, for your free business incubator with the Roof Don. And also, ladies and gentlemen, I would like you to know, if you don't want a free incubator, that is actually the Roof Don's personal cell phone number. He loves when random people send him text messages saying hello. There you go, ladies and gents.
Have a wonderful day. And again,
God bless America.
Hey, absolutely. God bless America. Have a great July 4th, everybody. This has been awesome. Thank you, Chuck.
Thank you, Marquis.